Good afternoon and welcome to Brother Roberts Field on the campus of Beverly High School. As we see a conference tilt, a Dunn Division matchup between the Beverly Panthers and the Falcons of Danvers High School. We got a little bit of a late start on things here, so we'll fill you in on everything that's going on, including that interesting looking left field out there. On the mound today, we got Micah McManus. They started off with a ball outside to Stephen Reardon for the Falcons, the center fielder. That's a foul ball. I'm Rich Francis, along with Al Visnick and Dom Stillaway, jet setting. And so we got Griff Francis here with us once again as the other voice of the Beverly Panthers. That's ball upstairs. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Doing A-OK, enjoying warm weather, again for a change. We had a real chilly one on the road Wednesday in Marblehead. Needed the winter hats and the gloves with the wind blowing in.
That's going to be upstairs. Ball 3-1. It's 66 degrees. We do have a small craft advisory from the National Weather Service, but you wouldn't know it right now. The center field flag is blowing from left to right, towards right field, toward the tanks out there. That's going to be upstairs for a walk. Looks like we got a Sherman tank, I believe it is, and maybe that's an Abrams. I can't really tell, but we'll have to ask our military experts about that. All right, so McManus starts off with a walk to Reardon. Now batting Mike Maroney, the third baseman for the Falcons, throwing over. Falcons coming in at 9-7 on the year.
Looking for one more win to get a bid to the state tournament.
Yeah, hoping to guarantee a spot. Oh, they got him leaning, and they got him moving. See the rundown. They're going to chase him back. And they got him. That's a nice play right there. Nice pickoff move by the lefty McManus. Had the runner going. It looks like he was starting to run anyway. Nice job by the first baseman over there, Casey McGrath. McGrath does a nice job. Al, what do you think about the fundamentals of that rundown?
The 1 to 3 to 6 pickoff play. They were good enough to get the out.
Ball's upstairs.
If I was being critical, I would have liked to see not a loopy throw like that, but got the job done.
Maybe throwing over the runner.
One throw.
Ground ball. And he's not going to get it. We got a shortstop today. We got a little mix of change-up on the lineup out in the field. That's Logan Petrosino. I haven't done that all year. Logan Petrosino playing shortstop. Logan usually second baseman, so he's over at short. We got over at second base. We got Jonathan Reyes, so they just kind of switched up the middle infielders.
Yeah, that was a change that John made on Monday, over at Pentucket.
Okay.
So this is the third game that the middle infield has swapped.
Now, nice stop by Stafford. Now batting Aris Zaris, who pretty much can take up the entire right side of the infield as the first baseman over there.
Big, strong guy.
Yes, he
hit
is.
The ball a long way.
Rumor has it, some of the Danvers parents were saying that they took the fence down so that Zaris can't hit one over the fence. But I don't know if that's true.
That would be a good strategy.
I think there might be some other stuff going on with that.
Can't hit one over the fence. You might as well hit one over a set of helicopters.
The Black Hawk helicopters you see out there in left field, part of the Weekend Warrior event that we're having. I don't really know much about the Weekend Warrior event, but between the balls in the dirt, between the helicopters in left field and the tanks in right, I think it's a celebration of America's military. I'm not too sure. Man is holding the runner.
If you take a look to the right of the two tanks in right center field, you'll notice a new scoreboard.
Brand new scoreboard over there, working scoreboard too. That's nice. And again, once again, the Beverly Department of Public Works doing a nice little job over there as McManus walks Zaris. So we got A walk, an error, and a walk so far.
And a pickoff.
And a pickoff.
And a pickoff.
Okay, now we get Tyler O'Neill up at bat. O'Neill's the shortstop. Grooves that one in there. As we get the slow call from the umpire. We're used to that by now.
We have seen that. Yeah, Tyler came in relief and got a big win for Danvers against Masco on Wednesday.
Yeah, they were down 5-0 in that game at one point. They came back.
Came from behind with a big win.
1-1's the count.
One that made the Panther faithful happy.
Yep, did us a favor. That's a nice stop right there by the on-deck batter. I don't know if that was self-defense or just trying to make a play, but that was a nice job right there. Strike 2. Yeah, so Danvers, as Al, you pointed out, Danvers looking to get a win here, which would guarantee them a spot in the tournament. Inside ball. They are ranked 33 in Division II right now, which has them just sitting outside the tournament.
Yeah, I think they have this in 2 more games left.
Runners are going. That's going to drop down for a hit. Score is 1. The runners hold. So the runners were going on the pitch. If they weren't going, they might have had to hold up the guy there, but right fielder out there, left fielder Devin Kolosky got to the ball pretty quick, kept the guy at second. So we get first and second, 1 out, 1-0. The Falcons taking the lead. Fly ball down the right field line. That's going to be out of play.
Yeah, those walks will come back to bite you, the free bases, so looking to minimize damage here in the first inning. Mike is starting to work down, started out a little bit high, which I think, if memory is correct, he started out that way last outing and then settled in nice.
Ball in the dirt, swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count.
You know, a lot of times out there being a pitcher with all those eyes on you, you can get amped up, you know, get the start, get the ball, and then have a tendency to can overthrow in the early batters of the game.
Yeah, and with those tanks and the runners go on the pitch. Heads up play by Zaris. And, you know, with the tanks and the helicopters up there, that'll amp you up, giving you a little bit of a Rambo attitude. You know, Al, I think Sylvester Stallone may have won the Cold War. Between the Rambo movies, that's a fly ball. Stafford going to get over there, and he handles it for out number 2. You know, between the Rambo flicks and Rocky IV, I think he was able to change the minds of the Soviet people.
You know, I have always marveled working these games with you, how you can work in the arts and the films at almost any moment. That's a talent. I don't know if the BevCam audience realizes the talent behind the mic.
Drive to center field, deep drive. Guanci going back in, he's going to get under it. Camps down under it, makes the grab. To end the inning, Danvers puts 1 up on the board to give him a lead after half an inning.
Nice job of the Panthers limiting damage there, and that ball was hit straight as an arrow and back over Noah's head, and got a great look of his ability to track a fly ball on that one.
Yeah.
That one, as Griff, you'll know, when they hit right at you sometimes, you know, your initial move can freeze you. Is it going to make it to me? Is it going to go deep? Is it going to be in front of me? Well, you know, Noah immediately went back and made the catch going away, but made it look easy. That ball was
I got to tell you,
way.
I thought that ball was over his head initially, and he just kind of camped under it. So the Falcons are going to bring out Josh Henry. No, I'm sorry, not Josh Henry. Evan Curry on the mound. Josh Henry's the catcher behind the plate there.
Did you do a pitch count, Griff, on that or no?
Yeah.
I had 21. What did you come up with?
I had him at 22.
Okay. I thought I might have missed one.
As long as we're close.
I'll defer to the younger eyes.
Our pitch count is not official, so doesn't really matter. So the Panthers lineup, we're going to see Petrosino leading off. Again, he's the shortstop. Devin Koloski batting in the 2 spot. We saw those guys flip their spots a couple games ago, but they're right back to where they were. Koloski's out in left field. Ian Visnick, the third baseman, batting in the 3 spot. In the cleanup spot, you get Casey McGrath, the other corner infielder. Noah Guanci, we saw making a really nice play out there in center field. Noah Staffier, the other Noah, behind the plate, as we called his name earlier. Getting the start in right field today is Anthony Mastriani. Charlie Salerno's the DH, and Jonathan Reyes, the second baseman, the freshman.
Yeah, Anthony's done a great job of working himself into the lineup other than pitching. When we last broadcast here in a game we probably rather forget on a Saturday against Central Catholic, Anthony was the lone bright spot offensively with the triple. And he's been playing, and he's been hitting, and he's been producing, so he's kept himself in the lineup.
Well, and we've also seen a rotation of right fielders. A lot depends on who's pitching on that given day, too. And that ball's going to be down in the dirt with the breaking ball. Ball 1. Petrosino has never seen a pitch he didn't want to take a swing at. But he took that one for a strike. 1-1. He's the leadoff guy, so he worked the pitch count a little bit more as a leadoff guy. That ball's hit him. And as a leadoff guy, your job is just to get on base. I know Logan would probably rather have a chance to swing the bat, but do your job.
By hook or by crook. Yeah. Got to get on. Hit or be hit.
All right, so Koloski getting up there. Let's see. He's one of the better bunches on this team, trying to maybe get that run back. Or maybe just let Logan fly on his own. And his squares. Pulled it back, so that's his ball. 1-0. And, the mantra, again, as we've talked about, is win every inning. Fouls that one off. Going to the right side with that one. Now, if you notice, the third baseman's charging there. If you send the runner and bunt it, maybe take the turn and head over to third if nobody's covering. And he gets it down, and it's going to go up. Foul ball. Otherwise, that probably would have been an out, right, Al?
No, yes, the base runner has to give him the ability to field the ball.
Yeah.
If that was fair ball, I think you would be correct if it prevented him from doing that.
Yeah, so he got lucky on that one. All right, so we get 2 count. 1 and 2 is the count now. Koloski. That's trying to bunt a couple times.
You can hit one right through that 3-4 hole. Thank you, Devin.
Oh, but it hit the runner. So he's going to be
amazing
out
call.
there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, at the least you called where it was going. So how you score that, Al?
I believe we give that a base hit for the batter.
Yes.
I believe, and I believe it is an out on the runner for interference.
Yes. All right, so you just switch the runner, as all. You get an out now. Ian Visnick, third baseman, up. It's a ball upstairs. That's unfortunate because he did exactly what he was supposed to do, according to Al especially.
And he would have been on third base with the way the right fielder was playing and Logan's speed.
Strike. That's right, Al. This is the umpire we figured out when he straightens his knees.
Right.
It's a strike. Straightens his knees, and then he makes the call. Ian's got himself a little hole over there, too. He was trying for it. And there's a strike number 2. 1 and 2 is the count. And the runner goes. And he struck him out. Safe at second. Oh. Devin must have thought it was a foul ball, so he started heading back. All right, so Koloski picks up the stolen base. We got Casey McGrath now at the plate, looking to drive him in, at least tie the inning.
Casey's been swinging a hot bat as of late. See if he can pick up a Logan here to get the tie.
Breaking ball upstairs. Now, if you notice, he's throwing a breaking ball to lead off the batters quite a bit. Almost got him.
I guess he
And it
did.
did.
Got him on the jersey.
All right, so first and second, 2 hit batsmen in the inning. Now batting the center fielder, Noah Guanci. Guanci just made a nice play in the first half of the inning. And the wind's starting to pick up a little bit.
As the wind chill is now in effect, at least for me.
Yep. And a little charity hop over there gets him out. 4-3 to end the inning. So the Falcons win inning number 1, 1-0. As we move to inning number 2.
Oh, Tiger's visiting in the booth. Hey, Mr. Tiger. What's up,
there's,
brother?
there's the BevCam baseball mascot, Tiger, who's a dog for anybody who has never seen Tiger.
Yeah, so one of the things that's been going on the last week or so is that the Panther production and the amount of hits has fallen off quite a bit. As we talked about, they were on the road Monday and were able to post 2 runs, but those runs were unearned. I don't know the hit total, but it was just a handful of hits against Pentucket. And then 6 runs, I think, were scored, either 6-2 or 6-3. Against Marblehead, and maybe there were 6 or 7 hits, but 3 of the runs actually crossed home plate on wild pitches. So Panthers need to, sharpen up their offensive skills a little bit here, get a little bit more production from the lineup, take a little bit of pressure off the defense and pitching. Yep. So they'll be looking to do that today. The last of there's 3 games left.
Yep.
2 after today, 3 going into today's match. They'll play Peabody at home on Wednesday and Andover also at home on Thursday.
So, Al, is that a product of facing aces on the mound, or is it just the bats just are asleep?
Yeah, I'm not sure. The pitching, I'm not sure. The aces have been there this past week or so.
Yep.
I think there's ebb and flow in a lot of baseball seasons.
Yeah, that's in there for a strike.
And within that ebb and flow, especially hitting can be that contagious type of thing, When you
Fouls that one off.
When you get a couple of guys scuffling, it seems to, grow a little bit. And then once the breakout comes, it seems to get everybody going again. So long way to go in this one, but be looking for the Panthers to have some more safeties today.
Ground ball, Petrosino backhand. Can't handle it. And he's going to be in there safe. E6. So, Al, we're not going to have to do any chicken sacrifices a la Pedro Serrano. Then.
I certainly hope not. I'm not getting shut out.
All right, so they start off with a runner on first, much like they did previously. McManus looking to use that move to keep him at bay. Ball in the dirt. Ball 1. So is this the second game at shortstop?
Third.
Bunt. Stafford makes the play, heads over to first, and they got him. McGrath takes a look over at the runner. So they move the runner. Stafford making a nice play, getting the out, though. I'm sorry, Al, was that you said his third game at short?
Yeah, today is.
Okay.
They made the move over at Pentucket on Monday. We play there against Marblehead as well with the same defensive infield.
Runner in second, 1 out. Fly ball, middle of the field. Shortstop going to call for it. Backed up, and he gets it.
Logan
2 outs
battling
now.
the win there.
Yep. Well, as we said, there is a small craft advisory. It's a little bit more of an issue out on the water than it is on a baseball field.
But as we've seen here at Brother Roberts Field, the wind can wreak havoc with some balls that we think are going to be hit further or not.
Yeah. It can also make a really nice day extremely cold. such was the case yesterday. Reardon's up at bat again. Such was the case yesterday as I was down in Gloucester on the Gloucester the Stacy Boulevard. We had a fundraiser bocce tournament down on the boulevard.
Ooh.
Fly ball out of bounds.
Lavender and I were walking down there last week, and they were working on the flower beds down there, explaining to us how they have to turn over the dirt, and because of the salt coming in, is polluting the soil and preventing it from growing flowers.
Yes. That's going to be a ball. Yeah, we were doing a fundraiser. One of our staff members over at Gloucester High School, Bud Mashel, has a child who was just born back in the fall. Was born with some severe medical issues. Just came home from the hospital yesterday. Kid's been there. Oh, fly ball right field. That's going to end it. No harm, no foul out there for McManus that inning.
Handled well by Anthony Mastriani with that line drive.
Read that one well. So as I was saying, guys, so the baby Bryson was his name, was born some severe heart and lung issues, and this I believe today is the first day the baby has been out of the hospital.
Wow,
since this past fall. Yeah.
And the fundraiser was just a day or two ago, yesterday?
The fundraiser was yesterday. Staff got together, had a little fun tournament, raised some money. Bud's a relatively new staff member, so if you're aware, staff members accrue sick days. And he essentially had used all of his sick days. And so now he doesn't have any more sick days. So we did a fundraiser to help his family with some of the money and such.
That's great. I do have one question, though, Rich. I've heard it often, and, you being a Gloucester native.
Yes.
Why do you go down to Gloucester when it's north of where I'm sitting?
Well, yes, from when you leave Gloucester, you're going up the line, as we say. I don't know. And you would think a town full of fishermen and navigators would have a better sense of direction. It's just the vernacular.
Staff
here starts off with a base hit. They're going to cut it off. And he's going to get himself a single. And there goes your no-hitter.
Noah's been another guy who's starting to pile on some hits there. So Anthony, like I said, has been swinging the bat well. So let's see. I mean, I think that first inning would have looked a lot different for the Panthers if that ground ball didn't hit Logan.
Yeah. They would have had bases loaded at one point. Curveball, another leadoff curveball. In for a strike. Now you notice the second baseman's playing over towards first. Big cut. I think he was thinking maybe a bunt. While I'm sure Anthony's got the fundamentals, I don't see him bunting that much right in a situation like this.
Especially not with two strikes.
Yeah.
Though we did see that last week against Winthrop. Before.
Yeah. Although there were a couple of strange decisions in that one. I think Anthony's eyeing the Blackhawk. Curveball for a strike. 1 out. Now we get Charlie Salerno, the DH. Charlie's a lefty coming in here. As you see the team shift for a left-handed hitter. Drives that to center field, and he's going to make the grab. 2 outs. Hard hit ball, all for naught. So we get 2 outs, runner on first. Jonathan Reyes, the second baseman. Again, Reyes has spent most of the season over at shortstop, just changing things up a little bit. Straight knee, curveball strike.
I would guess that about 7 out of the 9 batters that have hit for the Panthers so far have seen first pitch curveballs.
Yeah. Be interesting second time around. Foul ball right there. Be interesting second time around if he leads off that way. Because if he does, then I would imagine the Panthers will pick up on it.
I think Staffier's base hit was a fastball, wasn't it? Stop him off. But like you said, mostly curves.
Oh,
that'll bend him back.
Buzz in the tower.
I don't know how many 0-2 off-speed pitches we've seen.
Anthony's was, right?
Breaking ball outside.
Yeah, his was.
I have to say, those helicopters are quite intimidating. Oh, runner's going. And he's in there. Gets in there. Nice slide right there. Getting around it.
Rolling in second.
Staffy, you're reading the pitcher. Griff, you said, a lot of times guys just read it and go on their own, right?
I don't know if I'd say he was reading the pitcher as much as seeing what the shortstop was doing.
Yep.
Pitcher read that really well, but the shortstop didn't get there early enough.
And doesn't really matter with the strikeouts and the inning. So after 2, neither team wins that one, that inning, but Danvers leading the game 1-0. So, we were talking about Danvers and looking at the tournament. Beverly's already gotten themselves their ticket. They did that 2 weeks ago when they got to 10 wins. They are now 13-4, which leaves them at 24 in the Division 1.
Yeah, and right now the focus for the Panthers is on the conference championship.
Yeah.
They have a one-game lead in the loss column on Masconomet. With 2 league games remaining, this one here and the one on Tuesday against Peabody. Did a little background checking on that. The way that things work now, that they've divided the 10 teams into the Dunn and the Lynch, is you play everyone in your own conference twice. And despite the fact you may play the other conference twice, as Beverly will play their second game of the season against Peabody next Wednesday, just the second game counts towards the league standings. So the Panthers are a win away from clinching a slice of the NEC championship for the second season in a row. And 2 wins necessary to win it outright. That, of course, is without any help from anybody else. So.
Sure. Well,
I believe Masco is playing Gloucester one more time and maybe play Salem.
Okay.
For a game that counts, I'm not sure. If everybody is their second game. Then
Beverly could just take care of business today. If they can win this one, they get themselves at least a piece of that pie.
That's right. Yeah, destiny in their own hands, for sure.
All right, so we got Mike Maroney. Maroney's known, around these areas for his pitching. He's a pretty good all-around ball player. Breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 1.
I think it's just a score in the inning.
Ground ball up the middle. Petrosino's over there, scoops it, makes a throw, and they got him. Nice smooth play by Petro there. As you see, out number 1 posted up on that beautiful scoreboard.
Ball strike.
Not only the scoreboard, but we got a shed over there. We'll tell you all about that between innings. We only have a little bit of time. Now Zaris, the batter.
Zaris walked last inning. I mean, the first inning, his last at bat.
Oh, deep drive.
Got to go back, Devin.
Mastro is just going to turn and run. Oh, Devin, that's right. Wow, he hit that one going after the the helicopter. That's a home run.
It's a home run in my book.
Or not. I don't know.
It bounced one hop into the temporary
Ground rule
fence.
discussion. And, okay, so now they're... All right, so people touch that ball.
They should
Okay,
be
now
putting
hold
it
on a
back
second. They touched
second.
the ball. Now you get umpires' hands up. Let's see what the call is. Cahill's going to go out.
Looks like the home plate umpire is signaling 2 bases.
Yeah, they're going to have to refer to the ground rules because as we talked earlier about the fence being down, that ball would have cleared the fence.
The fence that they took down because Zaris was coming.
And then that made a one-hop bounce over the temporary barrier
into that
around
barrier.
the helicopter. So
They're going to give him a double.
Where the people over there caught the, and now they're going to give him a double. You know, we were talking about whether that was all going to come into play, and the helicopter, which we didn't think was going to come into play, actually did come into play.
That ball cleared the fence by a good 10 feet.
Yeah, that's going to be a home run. Pretty much every field there's a fence.
that was a home run here yesterday.
Yeah.
If there was a fence.
Right.
Or tomorrow if there's a fence.
So now, if you're McManus, you just come in, get the next 3 guys out, shake it off, and you look at Zaris and give him a nod. Zaris hit that ball a ton.
That was crushed.
And, Koloski wasn't going to get to it, that's for sure. I think it's just hilarious that that thing came into play as we were talking about it. That's a ball outside. So we got 1 out, 1 ball, runner on second. Danvers people saying there shouldn't be anybody on bases right now, but this is what it is. Fly ball, center field. Guanza getting over there, not going to get to it. Going to come up throwing. Good, strong throw, and not going to get there. Lost his balance on the throw, scores the run. So after all that talk about helicopters and all that, Zaris still scores. He just doesn't have a home run in his home run column.
Letting his teammate Tyler O'Neill pick up his second RBI.
All right, so we got a runner on first. 1 out. The number 3 batter.
The number 5 batter. Wearing
my numbers are all over the place. Number 5 batter, number 3 on the back. Ground ball, McGrath can scoop it, knocks it down. Would have liked to seen him get in front of that, but I think he was thinking of fielding and turn. And
that ball had a ton of English on it too. Off the right-hand bat, that kind of cue shot is going to be spinning. So good job by Casey corralling that.
Yeah, at that point, your first baseman, you smother that thing because you're going to have time to get the guy out. 2 outs now, runner on second. Jacob Hamill, the DH, swinging and a miss.
Jacob hit a tremendous drive to straightaway center field, tracked down by Noah Guanci in his first at bat in the first inning.
McManus not liking that ball.
And
neither does Greg Tremblay, the umpire.
And it's thrown out of the game.
Get that thing out.
We have our first ejection.
Manus looks the second, the runner on second. Drive to Guanci, and he's going to be there. Reps it up, sends it back. That'll end that inning, top of the third. And Danvers picks up another one to go up 2-0.
Do you have just 9 pitches that inning, Greg?
Yeah.
Sleep at the switch
for
second 9 in a row for Micah.
But a lot more efficient in terms of the strikes that he's throwing.
Yeah, for sure. 22 pitches in the first inning, and then 18 combined for the next 2.
Yeah, I like that.
So he's at 40 after 3 innings, as the Panthers are now chasing 2, and we'll be back to the top of the order. So we'll see the second time around if the boys can make the adjustments and get something across.
So the Panthers would like to thank a few people having to do with that new shed over there. Joe McManus of McManus Plumbing, J.R. Mastriani, and Jay Bellew all involved in the building of that thing. So they put it all together.
So since
a solid, sturdy shed.
So since Joe was involved in the construction, did they put a toilet in that? Does that have running water?
I don't believe so, because the porta potty is still over there.
Well, I do happen to know that Joe's also a carpenter. So.
Oh, okay. Jack of all trades, huh? Or,
Yes, sir.
so they say. Also, the Panthers would like to thank the local supporter Timberline Enterprises for the lumber supplies to get the job done. So there you go. I'm sure that Jay Bellew is really involved more in picture taking and things like that.
Well, you know, he has his home project side.
That's true.
Been well documented
Yeah,
through
very,
the years.
very well documented.
The basement project in particular comes to mind, Rich.
Yeah. That's going to be a foul ball. I hear Jay, when he does his projects, he makes them fairly big, but just small enough where he doesn't need an inspector.
Oh. A smart man.
Ball 1-1 to Petrosino, the leadoff guy. Got hit his first time up. Twice, actually. Got hit by a pitch and then got hit by a batted ball. That's a base hit. Going the other way with it. Nice job taking that outside pitch. That's the leadoff guy on base. Devin Koloski now, number 2 batter. Tried to bunt a couple over last inning. Couldn't get it done, so he just hit the ball to right field, as Al called so perfectly, clairvoyantly. Unfortunately, he hit the runner who was going on the pitch.
I didn't see that happening.
I'm sure Logan didn't either.
Goes the right side. That ball
could
is
be
going to
down.
get down for a single. Yeah,
Logan's gonna
Petrosino
have to
had to
hustle
hold
now.
up. Wasn't sure if he was going to catch it, so he got himself second base. So you have runners on first and second, no outs. Ian Visnick went down by way of the K last inning.
Beverly has somebody up the bullpen.
All right, Beverly's got someone up in the bullpen. Going to our cameraman, Mark Lehman, who's the only one up here who can see the bullpen.
Number 8.
That's Anthony Mastriani.
Mastriani, okay. Visnick looking to drive this, maybe not going to run here. I don't think he's thinking about Blackhawk helicopters. As he squares the bunt, that's ball 1. Now he's got the second baseman pulled over for the bunt now. Foul ball. He's got a lot of room in the middle of the infield. With that swing, you'll probably see the second baseman move back. Now he's playing kind of straight up at second.
Setting up outside as well.
Right up the middle for a base hit. And they're going to send the runner. They're going to third with the throw instead. Koloski in there for a slide head first. Visnick picks up second base there.
That's great base running.
Fantastic, yeah. All right, so we got second and third, no outs. Casey McGrath up. Panthers cut the lead in half.
You got 3 straight singles to lead off the inning.
Well, you know, as long as you don't hit the runner, you can get things going, I suppose. That's a ball upstairs.
And Rich, going to give a tip of the cap to you on the clairvoyant, saying that Ian was looking for a base hit and an RBI. Well, what are you looking for here, Rich or Griff? Any predictions here for Casey?
Drive it to the outfield. Yeah.
That's going to be in a tough spot.
Koloski going to go, and he's not. He's going to follow it, see the
throw.
throw. Okay, draw the throw.
Good base running again.
Yep. Did get it to the outfield, just not deep enough. So we got 1 out, second and third.
I'd like to see Noah slap one between short and third here.
Yeah. Ball upstairs. Or a turn on one and drive it to right field. Past the second and first baseman.
Squeeze play? What do you think?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Drawn in infield.
Yeah. Curveball outside.
Round the dish.
Well, no wide strike zone here.
Koloski's got a decent amount of speed.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If this was later in the game, I think they'd consider it, but squeeze play might be a little bit early.
That's another ball.
I just want to go on record on BevCam as saying that it's my wife's favorite play in baseball, in case she's within earshot standing behind us in the back of the broadcast.
Squeeze play?
Oh, she loves that play.
It's one of the most exciting plays in baseball.
It is. It's quite exciting.
Yeah. Griff, have you ever been asked to put down a suicide squeeze?
I have been in two scenarios.
Strike?
One as a batter and one as a base runner. And it worked out when I was on the base path, but not when I was the one bunting.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Got to get the bunt down. 3-1's the count. 1 out.
Should be ball 4.
Inside, another curveball. Curry likes that curveball. So if you're Staffy, are you looking curveball here and just looking to drive it?
I think I would wait until I'd see a fastball, considering
timeout here.
What he did his last at-bat, seeing a fastball.
That's true. Good point.
Especially knowing the pitcher just walked his last batter, he'll probably try to settle down by throwing a few fastballs early in the count.
And last at bat, Noah saw our first pitch fastball and ripped it into left center field. So I'm sure he's going to be sitting dead red on a fastball down the pike. So
he's got that gap out there too. Yeah. Curveball.
See, we don't know what we're talking about after all. We've been lucky though today.
Not all of us.
I like Noah in this position though. He's been delivering.
Now, truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a squeeze here. I don't think it's going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me. Outside, ball 1. 1-1's the count now. 1 out, bases full.
Full of Panthers. Looking to hang that crooked number. Breaking the new scoreboard.
That's going to get
He got it back. It's down.
Yep, it's down. Got to get there. Everybody's got to get around there. Sending the runner. Good base running right there. Good base coaching right there. That's a nice job on the bases there. Visnick realized the ball was going to drop. He's running. Cahill sends him. Seeing how the ball kind of dropped in front of the center fielder, I don't think the center fielder thought the runner was going to be going there. And they took advantage of it. So the Panthers take the lead 3-2 now.
Yeah, nothing unusual. We've seen it all year. The Panthers are a super aggressive team on the base pass. I've never seen so many steals at third base. And, philosophy is on a ball like that is let's put the pressure on the defense to make the good throw.
Yeah.
Because now he needs to make 2, and all of a sudden with the runner going, you add that element that you have to hurry. You have to, make it faster.
Mastriano. Oh, nice stop by the catcher right there.
Stop.
Definitely was going to move the runners over.
Visnick also had a great jump on that.
Yeah.
That ball looked like he might have had a chance of making a play on it if he had dove.
Yeah, I think Ian really read. He had the best view of that. Was able to tell it was going to drop. Strike there to Mastriani.
Yeah, Ian showed us some aggressive base running Wednesday in Marblehead. Stole third base twice, both times really before the ball almost left the pitcher's hand. And then a hustle double.
Outside. That's a ball.
Where he hit a base hit over the second baseman's head and just kept on going to put the pressure on. And they were kind of taken off guard, and the throw was wild. So he's been running wild.
Ball 3, like Hulkamania. Speaking of Hulkamania, the inspiration for pretty much Hulk Hogan's entire act, superstar Billy Graham passed away this week. Sad loss for the wrestling world. That's a ball. Walks him full. Superstar Billy Graham was the pretty much the inspiration for a lot of wrestlers, including Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and many others.
If I remember right from my wrestling fandom days, Superstar Billy Graham became the premier wrestler in the NWA, which became a competitor to the what is it called now? The
WWE.
It was called something else. WWF.
It was actually WWF when it started.
worldwide wrestling.
Yeah,
federation.
back in the days of the territories, each region of the country had its own wrestling.
Right.
territory.
AWA, NWA.
Championship Wrestling. There's a whole bunch down south and all that. And then Vince McMahon, when he took the company over from his father, said, you know what, we're going nationwide and then worldwide, and it was behind Hulk Hogan. They was able to do that. So we got bases loaded here. As the pitcher wrestles with bases loaded. Foul ball. See if that stays in bounds, and it is. Oh, he drops it.
The wind really blew that back. It initially looked like it was going to be on the dugout roof, and tough play for the catcher there with that wind taking it. And we're going to see if Charlie can make use of the new life, as we say.
Yep. Salerno lefty. 1 out. Bases loaded. Contact is what he wants here. Foul ball. A little more contact than that, but as we see all kinds of muscle walking over here with Grant Easton and Andre Sullivan. Wow. The muscles on those two. Spent some time in the weight room, I guess, huh? Ground ball, foul.
So the Panthers are able to get those two back, +1 to take the 3-2 lead. Charlie Salerno here looking to see if they can extend with just 1 out and the bases loaded.
Yeah, so the Panthers have already won this inning, but they want to win by a lot more. Ball upstairs. There's the catcher, Henry, looking down to first base, maybe try to get a guy sleeping. You're not going to get Mastriani sleeping. He knows the game. He's never going to be lulled out there. Salerno really crowds the plate, doesn't he? Ball in the dirt. Stop again by Josh Henry. Henry's done a nice job behind the plate there. A couple of tough pitches to stop.
I think he might be a freshman. I'm not sure. I thought that I had heard that the catcher was a freshman.
Well, future's bright if that's the case. That's going to be a strike right down the middle, little low. Nice little frame by the catcher. All right, Jonathan Reyes, second baseman. Speaking of freshmen. Bases loaded, 2 outs here. Reyes trying to make something happen, keep it going.
I like that hole between the first baseman and second baseman for John. He's able to hit that ball over there with a little bit of oomph.
Another leadoff curveball. Ball upstairs. 2-0. 2 outs. Bases loaded.
This is the 9th batter of the inning for this Panthers. Logan Petrosino looking for his second at bat once John delivers here.
Strike one. Panthers looking to ruin the scorebook here. Where you have to go over an inning. Ball 3 in the dirt. 3-1 now.
Looks like we might have some action in the Danvers bullpen.
Yeah, this is a lot of pressure right now on the pitcher. Bases loaded 3-1. Got to come with something here.
Yeah, got a wind blowing. Strike 2, full count. 2 outs. Runners will be going. It's interesting, they have a bullpen, but they're warming up outside the bullpen, probably because of all the people standing in the bullpen. Yeah, look them around, try to get the runners
Good
moving.
job by Evan Curry. He knows the runners are going to be going on the pitch, so you see if he could get anybody to bite, being a little overzealous, knowing that we have an aggressive running team here.
Fouls that one
I got
off
it.
our way. That's going to be into the street. Missed the car, though. Not only do we have a new scoreboard out right, we've also got a couple tents getting set up there.
That might be for the festivities for the weekend, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be putting up a tent overnight with
The wind.
small craft advisory. Upstairs, walks him.
Good job by
Brings in a
Jay
run.
Ray. RBI.
And you bring up the leadoff hitter, Logan Petrosino. Petrosino started the inning with the base hit to left field.
And we're going to have a trip to the mound.
Coach Matt Mello getting out there.
It looks like
And
a pitching
it looks like
change.
we're going to see a change, yeah. You know, you give Petrosino a third time to see a kid. No, may not be the way to go. And he's walked a couple guys, so.
Yeah, I had it for a 33 pitch inning right there. So
So we're going to see Glowicki. Do we have a first name on that one?
I don't think we have one on the score sheet, and
Yeah.
one doesn't come to mind.
I want to say it's Owen, but I'm not too sure. Sorry, folks. We get the lineups from the coaches, and they give us only last names sometimes.
We have some Danvers folks sitting here to our right.
Looks like it. I suppose we could always go ask one of them.
Excuse me, anyone from Danvers there? You know the pitcher's first name?
Brendan. Okay, I was way off on that. Brendan Glowicki.
We have to keep truth in advertising
I'm
here
sorry,
at BevCam.
It's Glowick. Glowick, not Glowicki. That changes everything. That changes his ethnicity quite a bit.
One letter.
And it might change whatever bizarre association you might pull from the
Whether it's Sylvester
Phil.
Stallone.
We've talked about professional wrestling, Rambo. We've gone a lot of places here on BevCam.
Okay, so do you think his nickname is Glow? Do you think he
It could
starts
be. Or is
out
it
with
Wick?
"Let's glow"?
Could be Wick.
It could be.
John Wick.
Oh, yeah. Keanu Reeves' vehicle. Baba Yaga, as they call him in the movie. Although Baba Yaga in Russian folklore is actually a witch who flies around in a teacup chasing children. In some cases to eat them, but most cases just to take them away from their homes.
Thank
Can't
you for
say-
proving my point
yeah.
once again.
Didn't think Russian folklore would be inserted at any point today, but I guess I can check that one off my bingo
Wow. And this is only the third inning. Where is this going to end up today?
You know, our friend Dom Lorenzano, he's missing all this good stuff out in Turkey.
But he will be able to go to the YouTube channel on the BevCam Sports
right.
Network and watch it once it's uploaded.
Yeah.
Live streamed right now.
He may actually stream it live from Istanbul. That is, of course, if President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, and he hits him again. That's the second time Petrosino gets hit.
Except this one gives him an RBI.
Yeah. So Dom will be able to watch this game as long as President Erdogan is allowing the internet a little bit of freedom, which he's taking a bit of an authoritarian turn out there, but
No,
we won't get into geopolitics today.
What time would it be in Istanbul?
Probably about, I want to say like maybe 8 hours, maybe not that far.
But back to the geopolitics, I just read something about the election there. There was something shady, I believe.
Well, anywhere Erdogan's involved, it's shady. And Turkey has had a history of corruption, and they're going to bring it in on the wild pitch. Another run in for the Panthers. Graham Gavin was in there running for staff here.
For Mastro.
Oh, for Mastro, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's right.
Staff already scored.
That's right. Yeah, they had an election, and it's going to go to a runoff because Erdogan nobody got 50% of the
That's
vote.
what it was, a runoff. Right.
Yeah. All the polls had Erdogan losing, but drive to right field, fly ball. And that'll end the inning after the Panthers throw up that crooked number, which Al was talking about.
I feel
as
like
they
I
score
asked for that.
6.
I had
You
to
did?
ask for the bats to come alive, and
Yeah.
they had 1, 2, 3, 4 hits that inning.
Yeah, they started off with 3 in a row.
So that's good stuff.
So we got 6 runs in, make it 6-2 now. And it looks like we think Anthony Mastriani is going to be coming out to take the mound. All right, so looks like the softball team doesn't have a game today, as a number of their players are down on the hill. As we've seen a lot of times, the softball players come and cheer on the baseball squad.
I know you went and saw their last softball
I
game.
did.
What were your thoughts on that?
Well, it did not turn out to be a game that Beverly would enjoy, as Gloucester beat the Panthers 7-1. The Panthers faced a really good pitcher in Ashley Aiello. She threw 6 innings, gave up only the 1 run. And it was a close game up until late in the game, and Gloucester bats came alive a little bit.
Just a good boys lacrosse game yesterday.
All right, I hear we missed a good boys lacrosse game yesterday.
A couple got thrown out on both sides for fisticuffs.
Really?
Yeah.
And who played in that game, Mark?
That was
Is that Beverly and Gloucester as well? Yeah. Funny, I have a couple students on that Gloucester lacrosse team. Didn't say anything about it.
yeah, it was right towards the end of the game. Got a little chippy.
Yeah, well, lacrosse is a game that is inherently violent. So that chippiness does happen sometimes.
Tends to consist of a lot of hockey players, which
Yes.
would also make sense for why they're so rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I've seen anyone eject.
Yeah, a couple ejections there. Someone once told me, and I don't necessarily agree with this, but someone once told me that lacrosse players are just failed baseball players.
Coming from personal experience, people I know, I would agree with that. I don't know if I'd use the word failed, but maybe not lived up to expectations.
Less successful baseball players. How's that?
A lot of former Little League players tend to
Okay.
play lacrosse.
Well, in general, you have a lot of former Little League players who don't play baseball afterwards. But as the statistic that I've seen is approximately 70% of youth athletes stop playing by the time they turn 13, 14 years old. Any organized sport. As it gets more serious, the kids, want to just play pickup ball or whatever. Some players don't like getting yelled at. Now batting, Matt Callahan, left fielder. As Mastro sails that one, as if there was a bull waiting for it or something. Looking a little bit like Nuke Lelouch right there.
I was waiting for some off-brand reference to that pitch.
Ground ball, Petrosino on his knees, comes up throwing, got him. It's a good way to start the inning for Beverly, as they gave up leadoff batters, runners, both the first 2 innings. Okay, this is Walters now, the second baseman. And he gets himself a base hit. Takes that low ball, drives it, almost like it was a 3-iron right there.
I'm not sure he could have hit that ball anywhere else.
I know. So we got a run around first. And Bryson Clark, the right fielder, hitting. 1 out. I don't think we'll see a bunt from the number 9 batter, but you never know. Ball in the dirt. Stafford with the stop. We'll have to wait till Al gets back to let us know how Mastro has done his last outing. Al's gathering some information for us. Ball in the dirt, 2. Ball 2. Runner doesn't look to be going right here. Down 4. It's not always the best move. Ground ball. Reyes getting over there. Ooh, the ball just bounced over his glove. And they're sending the runner to third. Good throw off the bag. Oh, nice play by Visnick. Getting off the bag. And the sweep tag with the throw from right field. We got a new right fielder out there. As Mastriani moved, I think it's, was that McManus?
Yeah, Mike is out in right
Mike
field.
McManus throwing the runner out at third. Nice, solid throw. And a heck of a tag by Ian Visnick. Visnick came off the bag, grabbed it, and then swept the tag to get the runner out. 2 outs now, runner on second. Breaking ball, strike 1 to Stephen Reardon, the leadoff guy. He's been on base twice, correct? I believe? No?
One time. Walked in his
Another
first
breaking
at-bat.
ball, another strike. Mastro feeling it with the breaking ball there. See if he comes back with the third one. Reardon's a pretty good hitter. You don't want to see the same pitch. Ground ball. Petrosino ranging. Can't make the play. Ball goes into left. They're going to hold the runner at third. Reardon's going to take second. Bisnick faking the throw. Good heads-up base running by Reardon there. So you get second and third now. Hard hit ball to shortstop. How are we scoring that?
I had that ruled down as an error.
Yeah,
I have to agree with that one.
Which makes it Logan's third error on the day.
Nice stop by Staffier. Mike Maroney hitting now. Ball inside. On deck, you got Arizaris, who hit a bomb last time. Only had 2 bases to show for it. Ball 3. Nice stop by Staffier, keeping the runners at bay. Ball 4. Loads him up. Zaris did eventually end up scoring after that home run. So not quite a home run.
Well, if you're the Panther faithful, this isn't exactly who you want to see up with bases loaded after you just scored 6 runs.
No, you just move your left field a little deeper.
My guess is he's going to see a lot of breaking balls from Anthony.
Probably. That's ball 1. Therefore, you can't hold on to it.
Yeah, like you said, Rich, we don't have a good view of the bullpen. Not sure what kind of time Anthony had with right field to warm up. He did make a
breaking ball
relief appearance for an inning against Pentucket, but typically a starter, and starters have a routine here, needs to kind of find his way a little bit and get the feel for it.
Zaris looking red dead here. Strike 1. 2-1 now.
Good fastball there from Anthony. Buried it in the zone in the inner half, which you're less likely to get hurt than putting it belt high to this guy.
That's going to be a foul ball, and he hit that one a pretty long way.
He probably hit the furthest Little League home run that I personally witnessed.
Yeah?
In that little bandbox over there that they play at.
Bolton Field over there.
On the front side.
Yeah.
It was still rising when it went over the trees and out of sight in dead center field.
Ground ball. Petrosino. He's going to throw to first. I think he was going to go second with it. Gets him out. Then they get out of it. Got himself a nice little hop there, too. I don't know, Al. I might have to challenge you on that one. As the year before, Joey Loretti hit one.
Oh, I wasn't there for that one. I said that I witnessed.
That you witnessed. Joey Loretti hit one. I think may still be orbiting the planet right now. And that wasn't the only time Joey did that year.
I'm trying to think.
31 career home runs.
Yeah, that's not too
in
bad.
the league, I believe.
I saw a lot of bombs from the Gloucester side back in the days. Why is his name escaping me? Went to prep school, had Tommy John surgery. He had 30-plus home runs in one season up in Gloucester. Oh, I can't believe I'm not coming up with the name.
Yeah, I'm at a loss as well.
He was played with Zach Morris, but he was the definite power hitter, number 1 home run guy.
Oh, Jared Lucido.
Lucido,
yes.
Thank you,
Yep.
Jared.
Yeah.
But going back a number of years, I don't know why they let me coach a T-ball team or something. And we were on B diamond on the front diamond, and they were playing an all-star game on A diamond. And somebody hit a home run, and I was coaching first base on B diamond, ball landed right next to my foot on one hop. I was like, where did that come from?
Well, there was that group of kids that were, the Johnny Gilbride and Matt Cross and that group, that every one of those kids could hit the ball a country mile. I remember seeing, I believe it was Joe Ward put one up on the roof of the concession building. And That was a pretty interesting team that they had
Yep.
there.
Joe Ward, John Gilbride, along with Sam Armbruster,
Playing
and
over
Timmy
at-
McCarthy were all teammates together. They're all Rams over at Suffolk
Yeah,
University.
Suffolk University, yeah.
Had the opportunity to talk to Sammy last night, home from college.
We get Staffier back up, right? Is that?
This is Visnick.
Oh, Visnick, I'm sorry. It's a fly ball. Looks like it's going to stay in the park. And Zaris getting over, making the catch. I believe he's going to college to play football.
Built like a football player.
You think? And he was a pretty good football player for Danvers past several years. Linebacker, tight end.
Another one of those multi-sport athletes
Yep.
that we like to see.
Basketball player, too. Heck of a rebounder. Because you're not really getting him out of the paint.
Of course, none of
Foul
it
ball.
really ever mattered whenever Beverly would play Danvers.
That a boy, Griff. Let the orange and black bleed through.
Danvers is a little bit more of a hockey town than basketball. Although they did win quite a few state championships
In basketball, right?
in basketball, yeah.
Casey
Round ball, get through. Oh, the shortstop can't get to it. He's going to take the round turn there. Yeah, they did under Coach Walsh, who's over at Malden Catholic now.
They also won a few baseball titles, if I remember correctly.
Oh, Roger Day, Massachusetts High School Sports Hall of Famer.
Girls soccer powerhouse with
Yep.
Coach Hinchion. And for years had a very strong boys program, though things have kind
Run it
of
goes.
fallen by the
Rat
wayside
taking
of
off. A little delayed steal.
Great delayed steal
Yep.
call.
Roger Day coached over at Danvers, a longtime teacher here at Beverly High.
Gym teacher.
Gym teacher.
I think Roger just want to know a Guanci who's up right now, hitting instructors.
Okay,
He has worked with a lot of
Yeah.
Beverly baseball players.
Yep. I think he waited till he was done coaching at Danvers to do that.
I think he did as well. The conflict of interest. And speaking of conflict of interest in Danvers, here comes NEC Indoor Track Boys Track Coach of the Year, Sean Dunleavy.
Sean Dunleavy.
Sean, Danvers teacher, right? And he coached track in Danvers for a while.
Strike one to no. Or was that strike two? Yeah, strike two. I forgot about the steal.
Plus, we have the scoreboard now to back us up.
Oh, right. Not used to it yet. Not used to looking to right field so often.
It's nice to see it out there, though. Sponsored by Beverly Rotary. Is that what that says?
Fouls that one up. Stays alive.
I don't know if there's something on the left-hand
We
side.
have the
as well.
binoculars.
Is there two?
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
there two sponsors on that
It
board?
kind of looks like it. Can't really tell.
I can't make out the one on the left from 385 feet away. Oh, however far we are.
Yeah, we'll find out eventually. Fouls another one off. Noah fighting him. Here we're on the bottom of the fourth. Panthers with a 6-2 lead.
Just noticing, Griff and Rich, how quiet it is at Frank 40 Field today.
Yeah, not much going on.
It's
over there.
deserted.
Panthers looking to win this inning as they were able to hold Danvers from scoring. And got him on the breaking ball. Glowick. Glow.
Be up to Noah's staff here to try to pick up Casey McGrath. This is Noah's third at bat of the day. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. So the Beverly catcher being very productive today.
Cameraman Mark trying to see what it is on that scoreboard. We do have the benefit of a center field camera, so we can do both. We got Tim Hezzy over on the center field camera. And I'd like to give a shout out to Robert Dokes, who came back this weekend to do a little work with us on the game. And if Robert's working the game, ball in the dirt, that means his mother, Carol Dokes, is probably watching the game. Got to give a shout out to Carol Dokes, BevCam Sports Network's #1 fan.
I'm sorry I missed him.
Yeah, he came up briefly to help with the setup of everything.
Very nice.
We may see him a little bit
Okay.
later. Again, Robert, longtime BevCam producer of sports and other events.
Speaking of shout-outs and viewers, I just had the pleasure of meeting Micah McManus's grandfather, who's in town, but typically tunes in from Philadelphia to watch us.
All right. Strike as he tried to go to the right side with that one, it looked like. Run around second. Panthers hoping to move him around and score. Fly ball. Wind might cause a little trouble. No, I don't think so. Shortstop makes the play to end the inning. So at the end of 4, 6-2. Panthers with the lead. As we move into the 5th inning, we're going to see we got coming up for Danvers. We got O'Neill, Curry, and Hamill.
Should be 4, 5, 6, right? With Harris.
Yep, it was Harris ended the inning.
Bases loaded there. Nice play by Logan to make that play as he adjusts over there to shortstop.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people just think, well, you're in the middle of the field. It must be kind of the same, but it's vastly different playing shortstop than second base.
Yes, and yeah, it really is. And, it's adjustments for everybody. So, Logan's an excellent defensive player, makes things happen out there. He's good with the bat, so get his reps and he'll be A-OK. There goes Matt Sopp.
Matt Sopp, Lucas Tremblay. A couple of pretty good athletes coming out of the Beverly system.
See how things go here on the bump for Anthony. He has that first inning under his belt through a few pitches there, but was able to hold Danvers from crossing the plate again. We'll see, looking for a more efficient inning here. Tyler O'Neill has had both RBIs with a 2-for-2 day. He'll be leading off, so Anthony will want to get that first batter of the inning.
Yeah, unless he hits a home run, he won't be picking up the RBI in this at-bat.
Well, with that fence down, who knows?
Yeah, I guess you got to hit
with the Blackhawk helicopter creating havoc out in left field.
I guess that Blackhawk, you got to hit it for it to be a home run. I don't know.
Hit the bull.
Blackhawk helicopter, part of the arsenal of the United States military. A number of different types of helicopters. I'm partial to the Apache gunship. Evan Curry up at bat now. Mastriani going to deliver. Curveball in for a strike.
That's a sharp curveball from Mastro. That ball.
Even if he reads that well, he's not going to be able to do much. Anthony not taking his time out there. Coming in with the fastball. Going Noah Guanzi type pace right there.
You wonder if he's had somewhere to be.
That's going to be a fly ball. McGrath getting over there. Makes the grab for out number 1.
Excellent job by Anthony.
Yep, as the infield has it around. Haven't had too many opportunities to have the ball around this inning, as Danvers starting off quite a few of the innings with the leadoff batter.
And this brings up the Evan Curry.
Ground ball, McGrath over there, fields it, pitches it over. Yeah, we got 2 outs. Nice little one-pitch at bat there for Mastriani. Casey McGrath fielding his position very well over there. Now the DH, Jacob Hamill. Another breaking ball. Strike 1. Inside ball 1. 1-1 the count now. 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Panthers up 6-2 if you're just joining us. Breaking ball. Foul ball. 1-2 now the count. Anthony ahead in the count. Whoa, that one went behind him.
I think that Noah Guanci speed got the best of him.
It's funny. The batter's like thinking, okay, curveball, let me dive in on this one. And that might have been the only thing that kept him from getting hit. Foul ball. 2-2 is the count. Yeah, you usually don't see a pitch go behind you when you're a hitter. So when you do see one, it kind of, your life flashes before your eyes there. 2-2, 2 outs. Outside, full count now. Anthony will throw that curveball any pitch in the count.
Absolutely.
Nubs it off. Ian reads it, makes the play. And they got him. Nice read by Visnick. Kind of got caught in between, having to dive for it or stay back. Got a nice little bounce.
And a nice, strong, accurate throw.
A low pitch inning there for Mastriani. The Panthers look to win another inning here.
Did you have 9 or 10 on that, Griff?
I had 10 pitches on that.
All right.
Interestingly enough, if this was Banana Ball, which is the signature of the Savannah Bananas, Danvers would be leading this game because you get a point for every inning you win. So Beverly's scored 6 runs in just the one inning.
Of course, everything gets changed up with all the rules, though.
Yeah, that's true. There's a whole bunch of different stuff going on, too. That's pretty much the only part of Banana Ball I know is the scoring. But
I do know that after every base on balls, every player on the field for defense has to touch the ball before play is stopped.
Okay.
Which means the batter has the opportunity to run as many bases as he'd like.
Okay.
So a walk could theoretically turn into a double.
One other thing I do know about the Banana Ball, because they do play regular rules sometimes too, but when they are playing Banana Ball, it's timed. There's a time limit.
Oh, really?
So whoever has won the most innings at the end of the time limit. I don't know what that beeping is.
Are we going to self-destruct?
Could be. Is it battery maybe? I don't know. Don't know.
This is a first for us here in the BevCam broadcast booth.
Yeah, we're getting a little beep going on. Anthony Mastriani up. I don't know, something's going on. Maybe a battery issue. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Turn your sound down, put the closed caption on, you'll be all good. Fly ball. Zaris trotting over there, and he makes the catch. So as I was saying, Banana Ball, they time it. I think it's like a 2-hour time limit. Maybe even an hour and a half.
It's 2 hours. If the game is
2 hours.
tied at the end, it becomes a one-on-one duel between the pitcher and the batter. And wherever the ball gets hit, the pitcher has to field it and record an out before the runner touches all 4 bases.
Yeah.
Can he mound it?
I don't believe so. I think you either have to tag the runner or tag a base.
Breaking ball in there for strike to Charlie Salerno.
So are the rest of the fielders still out there while that's going on?
Just a one-on-one.
Mano a mano.
If a ball gets hit to the fence, the pitcher's got to run to the fence, retrieve the ball, and beat the runner home.
The king in his court.
Strike 2, yeah. Yep.
Eddie, remember his name? Eddie? We're talking about pitching with fast pitch softball.
Yeah,
the king in his court, I think it was him and 2 fielders.
Yeah, 2 or 3 fielders. Right? I think 2 fielders and a catcher, right?
It's a foul
ball. Uh-oh. Flatlined.
You guys okay? Mark, you okay? Is Mark with us?
My father actually had a chance to play against the king in his court.
Really?
Yeah. Back in the day. Salerno ground ball to second base. Bobbles it. Salerno speeding down the line, and they got him.
Good hard 90 by Charlie, but the second baseman was able to recover.
Kind of feel like I'm on an episode of Grey's Anatomy right now. They lost a patient.
Oh, I think was that an AED
Clear.
jolt?
Jonathan Reyes, the second baseman today, getting up. Reyes had a big at-bat last inning with that walk. Got himself an RBI. We do apologize for the technical difficulties, folks.
That's a nice pitch.
Ball outside.
Ooh.
center field. Deep drive to center field. That's going to get in there for 2, maybe 3, definitely 3. As one of the outfielders put his hands up as if the ball had rolled onto the street there. But I don't think they're going to stop that one. There's Callahan with a deep drive to left center. Gets himself a triple. Another ball that probably would have been out if there was a fence right there.
To one of the deepest parts of the field.
Yeah.
This brings up the second baseman, Walkers. He had a sacrifice bunt.
Got a bunt.
Again.
Look him over. Makes the throw, and he's safe at first. So McGrath charged on that, made the play. And there really wasn't anybody to throw to. Mastriani tried to get over there.
As the Falcons start to make some noise in the top part of the 6th inning.
So Walters with the bunt for a single.
Normally you're going to have the second baseman cover on that.
Yeah, and I don't know why that wasn't the case. With a runner on third.
So trouble brewing here in Pantherville.
Faked the throw. Got him leaning. But the first baseman wasn't on the bag.
Is that a balk in MLB now?
It is, yeah.
But it's legal here.
Yep.
This is Bryson Clark. Got a base hit his last at bat. 1 for 2 on the day.
Ball downstairs. Runner not going on this play.
Do you score that bunt ahead because they didn't?
I gave it a hit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who's the error on? And the runner goes to second as the ball gets away from the catcher.
You might have been able to rule it as a fielder's choice, considering.
Well, it's not a fielder's choice because there wasn't an out.
Well, I think you could give a fielder's choice if there wasn't an out in some situations.
Yeah.
You know, like an error or something.
Right. Well, but who do you give?
That one,
who do you give the error
to? Give a hit to, I think.
You can't give the error to the first baseman because he fielded the ball.
No. I'm just saying you could be safe on a fielder's choice if the ball's dropped on the throw to the base.
Yep. Strike 2. So the corners are in. Middle infielder's giving up the run here.
Yeah, I think with a 4-run lead in the 6th inning, you have to play for outs.
Ground ball.
First.
He's going to score the run. They got him out at first. One runner scores. Runner on second moves to third. So we got ourselves 1 out. And the leadoff man, Stephen Reardon, coming up to the plate. Reardon's a solid hitter.
He walked in the first, flew out to right in the second, and hit a ground ball to shortstop
outside
in the 4th inning.
Infield's, again, the corners are in. They're giving up the run in the middle to try to get the out. Ball 2. 2-0, 1 out. Runner on third. 3-run lead for the Panthers. That's in there for a strike. Straight knee strike right there. Ball, he holds up.
That, didn't he?
Ball 3, 3-1.
They called that a strike.
No. That's what he said.
Home plate umpire, I believe, signaled for a strike.
What was the right arm going up
You
for?
said the umpire signaled for a strike?
Home plate umpire looked like he signaled a strike.
I think he signaled a strike. We're going to find
really?
out in a minute.
Okay. Okay, he did. So now it's a full count.
Yeah, so now it's 3-2.
Yeah, okay. That was an interesting call. Must have been on the swing, I guess. Upstairs, first and third now. Now coming up, we got Mike Maroney.
Going to have a trip to the mound. Try to settle things down and change the rhythm.
Yep. Well, we don't have that beeping anymore.
No, we fixed the battery belt.
It was a battery issue.
Just can't hear yourselves, I guess.
Okay. We can't hear each other, but the fans can hear us.
Well, maybe it's the fans who don't want to hear us. So
that's what I was thinking the same. I think my wife was probably watching at home. Watching being the key word.
Number 6 in the bullpen for Beverly.
Okay, number 6 in the bullpen for Beverly.
Fran Martin.
Fran Martin.
Okay, this brings up Mike Maroney.
The tying run at the plate.
Mike has reached on an error, grounded out, 6-3 and walked.
The wind has calmed down a bit. Maroney not waiting on that one, taking a big cut.
Thinking back to that bunt, Casey had no way of knowing that nobody was covering the bag. If
Yeah.
he knew that, he probably would have went for the tag and just forgot about what was happening with the runner on third.
Yeah. Ball in the dirt. You know, that's one of those plays you practice a lot. You practice bunts, but that situation with the man on third, with the 4-run lead, you're not expecting a bunt. Baltimore Chop gets in there for a base hit, scores another run. Bobbles in left, but they're going to hold him up. Now batting, Aris Zaris. We know Zaris has a little bit of power, as he put that one on display a couple innings ago. A very long double. First and second, tying run on first now. Zaris representing the go-ahead, and they hit him to load up the bases. Well, that's one way to keep him from hitting a home run.
Well,
not the most
judging by
effective way.
Anthony's
But,
reaction, I don't think that was the
yeah, I don't
intention.
think so. Okay, so they're going to be taking him out here. All right, so we're going to see Fran Martin come in a tough spot, bases loaded with a 2-run lead with 1 out. Martin, bit of a strikeout pitcher, throws hard.
Yeah, tough position to come in. France, I think, had adequate time to warm up over there.
Yep.
Believe he made an appearance against Pentucket for an inning on Monday of shutout ball.
So now you get Tyler O'Neill, who's got a couple of RBI.
2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles and a fly out.
So it's probably not the guy, if you're Beverly, you want up right now with bases loaded. Very similar to their Danvers game against Masco. They were down 5-0 at one point.
Yeah,
Came back and won the game
coming,
6-5.
you know?
Yeah.
It's a long game.
It is a peculiar game, that's for sure.
Or as Bruce Armbruster, who I coached many years with, says, baseball is a cruel mistress.
We got to get Bruce in the booth one of these days.
Oh, that would be a treat for the fans.
Bruce would get a lot of my movie references, Al.
Yes, he would. And he'd probably throw a few in of his own.
Absolutely. He'd probably throw some French cinema in there. Little Ingmar Bergman reference. Or something along those lines. So Fran Martin coming in, bases loaded, 1 out. Nowhere to put a runner. And Danvers, one of Danvers' top hitters. Danvers has a lot of good hitters in this lineup. This guy's pretty dangerous. Hoping for a double play here. Your defense has to make the play, though, that's all.
The corner should come home on a ground ball. With them playing up, that their play is going to be home. Try to get 2 in the middle. And we got a batting glove, or we need a bobby pin for
that's
the hat.
not going to count as a trip. I don't know what he just gave him there. What did he give him something, or did he take something from him? All right, so 1 out. Swing, and he's going to drive that for a base hit. They're going to send the runner. Left fielder going to throw it in, and he's going to hold on to it. That's going to tie the ball game at 6-6 in the 6th.
And that becomes a 4 RBI day for Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, O'Neill did not wait to get the party started. So we got first and second, 1 out. Top of the 6th, all tied up at 6. The scoreboard is a evangelical's nightmare.
Number 3 up in the ball game.
6 is a wild.
666 out on that scoreboard.
Now,
The number of the beast.
Number 3 up in the ball game.
He's popped up.
All right, so the Panthers got up in the bullpen. Matt Roy warming up. A little something going on here. It looks like we're going to see a runner come into the game. That may mean you're going to see O'Neill start to warm up. Yep. So they're going to run for O'Neill. They're going to get him in the bullpen to warm up. Danvers hoping to take a lead, and then you bring Tyler O'Neill in to come and throw some pitches. I don't know if O'Neill's got a full complement of pitches to throw, but that may not matter.
Well, I think he either does or he doesn't, because I think he came in relief in the Masco game.
Okay. But he may have 25 pitches, I think.
That funny rule is only if you throw between, I think, 70 and 90 or something, and you've had 3 days rest.
All right, so that first pitch was a ball, and he hasn't had 3 days rest.
So it's a straight pitch count.
Yep. Strike one. Straight-legged strike.
I believe if he's thrown less than 40, he's eligible to pitch today. So.
Okay. Looks like he's warming up now, so he is definitely eligible. 1-1's the count. 1 out. Breaking ball down the line for a hit. And the runner's going to hold up at second. That's going to bring in the lead run. 7-6 now, the Falcons. As Zaris crosses the plate with a little hop. Al, this late in the game, do you guard the line if you're the corners?
Yeah, there's 2 philosophies on that,
and there's another one that could have been stopped by guarding the line. Throw home. They're going to cut it off. Another run in for the Falcons. Make it 8-6. It's a hit parade this inning for the Falcons.
5 base hits so far this inning, and
They've
talk
batted
about
around.
making your scorebook a mess.
Matt Callahan, who had a deep triple previously.
Yeah, there's 2 schools of thought with that. You know, I think the old school of thought is to guard the line late in the innings. But, excuse me, in this case with 1 out, I think they were probably trying to pick up a double play.
Yeah.
And have them play off.
Okay. So we got the out at first there. McGrath making the play. You got 2 outs now.
With the way that inning was going, I thought for sure that ball was going to bounce off the bag. And
so he had a bomb last time and a little squibber down to first base that time.
It's a funny game.
Yeah, absolutely.
The second baseman, Walker's, had that sacrifice bunt that ended up being a base hit.
Yeah, yep.
And no, yeah, that's 22, okay.
And I got to tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if he did it again. Because he kind of put it, but he put it in a weird spot where you force the defense to make a play. You know, you're essentially trying to bunt for a hit and knock a run in. But
with 2 outs, it's definitely a risky option.
Sure. But, you look at the defense, what they're doing. The guy's going to move. Second baseman's pretty far over. Instead, he just hits that ball and
Devin Koloski.
make the play by Koloski. Oh, no, they said he's safe.
What?
No. I don't know. The umpire waving safe.
Looked like the second base umpire.
Oh, it was the sunglasses. Yeah, the second base umpire was kind of waving like it was safe. I don't know what that was all about. All right, so it is an out. He was picking up his sunglasses, not a ball. He did catch it.
6 big runs for the Falcons.
Big inning.
Take the lead.
Yeah. It's going to be very difficult for Beverly to win this inning.
For anybody that can see the scoreboard, I think you should be ignoring the inning.
Yes, it's still the 6th inning. Just that That half an inning took a long time, so it seemed like a full inning. Now, the Panthers don't need to win the inning to take the lead here. They're only down 2.
But it would help.
Yeah, definitely would help. It's going to be a tall order to Tyler O'Neill on the mound now.
Well, Beverly has the top of the order up. They've seen a lot of quality pitching all year.
Well, the other thing is O'Neill is your shortstop. So you got a new shortstop over there. So we see some players moving around. I can't see the number of the shortstop there.
I think the shortstop is now Mike Maroney. I believe number 12.
Or is that Callahan?
No.
Okay.
I definitely saw a 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a 12.
Yep. Okay, so it's a new... So the third baseman's different as well.
That's the pitcher, Curry.
Curry just moved from the mound to third. That's going to be a ball to Petrosino to start the inning.
Petrosino has been hit by a pitch twice and also has a single.
And hit by a batted ball.
That's going to be a foul ball out of play. Been hit twice, right? Yeah.
Yep.
3 times if you count on the base path.
Yeah, that's right. Right. He's reached base 3 times?
All 3, yes.
Yep. Logan hoping to keep this moving along. And he does. Base hit. Going to left field. A little Wade Boggs-like right there on that one. All right, so Kolosky up now. Probably won't see him bunt with a 2-run deficit. We do know he can hit the ball to the right side. Logan knows more than anybody he can do that.
2 for 3 here with a run scored today.
Oh, hit him.
Hit him.
He's been hit.
All right, so you take another base runner. So you got the tying run on first base now. Ian Visnick coming up to the plate. No outs, first and second.
Ian's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored.
What are your thoughts on laying down a sacrifice bunt here?
I think you let Ian hit the ball to the right side. Maybe you show. Maybe a show bunt. Don't know what the umpire is talking about there. Maybe you give a little show of a bunt, you pull it back, move the field over. Although if you want to hit it to the right side, you don't want to do that because the second baseman will move towards it. There goes Petrosino taking third. He's in there. Both runners steal the base. No need to sacrifice bunt now. That's good base running there. Logan read that one and just was going. Kolosky just followed his suit.
I think that was a ball, wasn't it?
All right, Visnick with a chance to drive in a couple of runs now. Ball 2. 2-0. Casey McGrath on deck. This is where you want to see Ian get that ball to hit it to left center field right here. Hit that gap. Oh, instead it's a line drive to second baseman. Runners go back. 1 out.
Hard hit ball.
Well positioned right there by Walters. All right, Casey McGrath. Now hitting. Strike 1 on the outside corner. There's that wide strike zone that we're so familiar with.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those this year, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Although that one wasn't too bad.
No. Ball in the dirt. Nobody's going anywhere.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for Noah Guanci. It's with Tim Carter on deck.
Okay. And ball, nope, strike on that outside corner again. McGrath's been on base twice today. Ball outside, low and outside, close.
Great 1 and 2 pitch.
A lot of
Great
people.
Location. Wasn't going to get hurt there. You never know. Pick up the call.
Collective held breath there on that pitch. 2-2 now, 1 out. Runners in second and third. Ball in the dirt. 3-2 now, full count. First base is unoccupied. Casey looking for a fastball here. Let's hope he doesn't get a curveball. And he drives it to right field. They're going to hold the runner at third. Base hit. Cuts the lead in half. Makes it 8-7 now.
Great job.
McGrath on first and third, with Koloski on third right now. So this will be interesting to see what they do. Are they going to pinch run? Doesn't look like it.
No, I think they're just announcing the pinch hitter.
Gotcha. All right, so you got Tim Carter coming in, hitting for Guanci.
Wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers tried to pull off a play to get McGrath to second, knowing a double play ball could really hurt them in this inning.
That's true, yeah. And what's Danvers do? Do you throw through? Knowing that Koloski's got pretty good speed.
Yeah, Koloski can run, so
I think you're going to see it throw over.
Probably going to be a double steal.
Yeah, you might see you might see a fake to third and then throw over to first.
Rich, I'm not. How much?
Although
Tyler O'Neill pitch, is he an experienced pitcher, or is?
I believe he's pitched quite a bit,
Okay.
but I'm not positive on that. And he goes outside for a strike, and they cut it off. Koloski read it. They watched the second baseman come over. They went with the second baseman to cut it off, not the shortstop. Hoping maybe the team was going to see something different. All right, so the infield's in now.
Has an opportunity. He's had a lot of big hits for the Panthers.
Yep.
Likes that left center field gap.
Just going to get the ball to the outfield.
Now.
Yeah, big gap out there. And the first pitch they threw to him was outside. If they throw that outside pitch again, Tim's got the opportunity to put it out that way.
They call that a strike, the first pitch?
First pitch was a strike. Yep. Strike on the outside corner. You're probably going to see a breaking ball here. Now it's up to the catcher to stop it if it goes in the dirt. Going from the windup so the base runners can get a lead. Foul ball.
If that's caught,
not going to get to it.
If you take a look down at second at McGrath pre-pitch, you'll see him looking like he might be signaling the pitches to Carter.
Okay. Now it's not Aaron Judge up at bat, as we saw in I think it was the Toronto Yankees game a couple days ago. And they got him. Pitch up and in. All right, Noah Staffier now. 8-7. Bottom of the sixth. You got 2 outs now, right?
I think Noah's the guy you want up at the plate, though. He's 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles.
Couple RBIs. Been swinging a good bat.
Well, my thing with Noah is he's not fazed by the situation. He just plays. You know, some kids, you get in a situation, they get a little tense. Noah's just going to do what he does. Setting upside. Ball. Low. Base runners on their toes. Look for maybe a pass ball or something. McGrath getting himself a good lead. It's going to be upstairs. Whoa, he straightened his legs there, and he didn't call the strike.
Going to call that.
2-0 is the count. It's a hitter's count here. Noah's looking for his pitch. Perfect pitch here. Timeout. Little mix up on the signals, it looks like. Messing in the glove. little off-speed pitch there. Noah's looking to drive a ball. O'Neill almost tipping that with his action in the glove there. Taking his signals from the catcher. Taking his time. Noah had seen enough. Stepped out of the box.
Of course, these new timeout calls would not be allowed under the new MLB regulations.
Right, yeah. Strike two on the outside corner. Just a bit outside, but it's still a strike.
Yeah, it always frustrates me when the catcher pulls it in, they call it.
Yeah. How do you not see that, right? Nice job by the catcher there. 2-2's the count. 2 outs. 2's across the board. 2's a wild, as they say.
I think we're going to see a fastball here.
Fouls it off, stays alive. Second and third, deuces wild all across that board there. Staff here looking to just get the ball just to the outfield. Just trying to get himself ahead.
The outfield should plate too.
Yeah.
With 2 outs. And the jump case he's getting on his secondary lead.
It's the wind swirling a little bit. O'Neill takes plenty of time out there. You know, that may be a matter of you get a guy in second. Let's just mix up the signals a little bit.
Still looks like McGrath is relaying it, though. You can watch him touch his arms in between pitches.
Ball low and in. Full count. First base is occupied.
Looks like Drew Sadowski has stepped on deck and will pinch hit for Anthony Mastriani. Drew a big hit the other day in Marblehead. Big RBI.
That ball's outside. He walks him.
Great take.
Couldn't pull that one in, Al.
Not quite enough.
All right, so Drew Sadowski coming up. Bases loaded. 2 outs. So Sadowski's coming in to hit for Fran Martin.
No, for Anthony Mastriani. No?
Well, Martin came in for Mastro, right? And I don't think Anthony went back out to the field, did he? Because it sounded like Cahill had said hitting for 6.
Gotcha.
13 for 6.
I don't know how you can hear that. I can barely hear you.
I know. All right, so what do we got? The umpire talking about something. I don't know what. Maybe just announcing the switch. I don't know. Sadowski's got room in the outfield. He can drive it to a gap. That's in there for a strike.
Drew had a big RBI double against Marblehead on Wednesday, coming off the bench, the pinch hit.
Let's see if he can
just went to
it.
his mouth there, didn't he? Strike 2. 0-2. O'Neill ahead on the batter now. Tough situation coming in as a pinch hitter. 2 strikes like this. Fouls it off. Just stays alive.
The bench making some noise and liking the battle that Drew put up on that pitch. Lively dugout over there. Boys are trying to help him any way they can.
Now, O'Neill doesn't want to throw a ball in the dirt and give Kolosky an opportunity to score here. Setting up outside. Tips it. The catcher holds on to it. O'Neill getting out of it with only the 1 run. As the Panthers leave 3 on base there. The Falcons lead 8-7. Going into the top of the 7th.
Looks like Matt Roy's coming on to pitch for the Panthers.
Okay. Now the Panthers coming up next inning, going to have Salerno, Reyes, and then the top of the order. So if they can get one of those guys on base, if they can hold them here and prevent them from scoring, and get a guy on base, you got a good chance to score a run.
Yeah,
but Roy's going to have to kind of
Matt
hold
will
him
be
at bay.
facing the 9-1 and 2 batters for Danvers.
Yeah.
Bryson Clark will lead off, who's 1 for 3.
The 1 and 2 batters for the Falcons have scored 3 runs today. Reardon with 1, Maroney with 2. Of course, a lot of guys scored in that last inning.
Yeah,
These
sure did.
6 runs. First 4 batters scored. First 4 batters in the lineup, that is, anyway.
Yeah, 6 of the first 7 batters who came to bat that inning scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mishandle of the sacrifice bunt really turned out to be just a huge play. It didn't look like it at the time, but
yeah. Yeah, it was just kind of a play. It kind of looked like, oh, well, whatever. And then it just, everything started to bleed.
Yeah, it got away, exactly.
So Matthew Roy coming in, senior lefty. He's coming in relief a number of times. Been pretty effective out there.
Yeah, Matt will be looking to hold the fort and give the Panthers a chance in the bottom of the 7th. We've gone to a quick, fast-paced game to a marathon, and has me wondering about getting to Winter Hill.
I know, right? Well, I'm sure it's going to go for a while, so you'll just be a little late, that's all.
Hopefully fashionably late with a W.
I think everybody there would be okay with that.
Is this 20? Or
what was that? That's Walters.
That's 20?
Walters, 22, right?
No, it should be
no,
it should be Clark.
Right?
Oh,
number 2. I'm sorry, it's
so
number
it's a
2.
Pinch hitter, number 2, right?
Number 2. That would be McCulloch. Ball 2, 2-0. That's in there for a strike. McCulloch's first at bat today. Ooh, curveball doesn't come down. 3-1's the count. And that's going to be in there for ball 4. Leadoff guy gets on base again for Danvers. That'll bring us up to the top of the order. Stephen Reardon.
Stephen has reached base twice on a walk. Scored 1 run today.
Highly doubt he'll be bunting. Ball outside. Left-handed pitcher, you may see him throw over. Oh, and he squares, and he does bunt. Wow, interesting. Fouls it off, though. 1-1's the count. Inside for a ball. 2-1's the count. Reardon, good spot to be swinging a bat here. Strike 2, 2-2. Batter leaning away from the ball. Reardon gets himself pretty close to that plate. Throwing over, thinking the runner might be going on the pitch. 2-2 is the count. No outs. Runner on first. 8-7. Danvers with the lead. Ground ball. Shortstop. The flip. They got him at second, and they can't get the pick. They can't get him at first. So there's a fielder's choice there for Reardon. Reardon showing good wheels down the line there. Don't know if they would have had him even if he did catch that ball.
Well, can never assume the double play.
Yep.
In terms of scoring, good bid for the Panthers. Looked like it was going to be a tailor-made ball when it left the bat.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, just one out. And that brings up Mike Maroney, who had a big hit in that.
Throws over.
Disastrous sixth inning for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Scored 2 runs, 1 hit, a walk, reached on an error.
Throwing over, had him leaning a little. Coming into the season with the loss of Joe Zemetis, Danvers was going to lean on Maroney a lot as one of the top pitchers in the conference. And just a good all-around ball player. And the runner's going. Oh, they got him going. Got him. Hold the ball. And they picked him off. The runner, he dropped the ball.
Oh.
He tagged him. Now, Petrosino's saying it was on the exchange. Okay, so they called him out. Okay, it's still an out. It was on the exchange that he dropped it.
The Panthers are throwing the ball around.
Yeah, Coach Mello coming out to find out. And umpire not changing his mind.
I thought he called him safe after the ball was on the ground, didn't he?
I thought so too, yeah. I think Petro might have argued his case a little bit there. So the second pickoff of the day for the Panthers. Matt Roy with a nice move, had the runner going. Ball in the dirt, good stop by Staffier. Casey McGrath getting the throw, making the relay over to second. Petrosino able there to get the tag down. 1-0 is the count. Ball outside and down. So the Falcons doing the Panthers a favor there on the bases. With Maroney coming up, and he hits it down the line. Fair ball. Visnick trying to convince the umpire that it was foul, but the ball looked like it went over the bag for a single down the line.
I think he might have convinced the runner.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. I was thinking that was going to be a double.
That's 3 balls up the line, Rich, so maybe they should change the defensive set there.
The old school guard the line might have done something there. Outside, there's a good Aris Zaris up at bat. Might want to put your left fielder right in front of that fence in front of the helicopter. And instead, he hits the ball up the line. Reyes with the play, and they get him. Nice play. Nice play. Reyes making the catch, making the play, flipping it to Petrosino. With the runner bearing down, he had to get rid of it quick. Petrosino was able to hold on to it.
Yeah, John had to make that throw from the seat of his pants. Yep. Nice job getting to it. And Matt Roy and his teammates have given the Panthers at least a chance here in the seventh.
So that'll bring us to the bottom of the 7th. Panthers chasing 1 now. May see a couple pinch hitters here.
It looks like Charlie Salerno is the actual leadoff. And then I can't see from there.
Don't really know what you have for options for pinch hitting now. Anyway. Well, Carter's out, Martin's out, Sadowski's out, Roy is out to hit. So unless you're going to pinch hit, you got Connolly and Gavin who are available to pinch hit. This may be a situational thing. Salerno can get on base. You got to imagine Reyes is going to try to bunt one, get him over.
Yeah, John has come out on deck, so it looks like the pinch hitting options have been exhausted to this point. Maybe we have something left with some pinch running. I think we've seen Graham Gavin as a courtesy runner.
Yeah, he just came in as a courtesy runner. Actually came in as a pinch runner.
Oh, he did?
I think he might have come in as a pinch runner, not as a courtesy runner. Because Mastriani at the time was not a pitcher. So I don't know how that's going to work in terms of re-entry and everything. So he fouls off the first pitch. Fly ball. Shortstop's under it. Center fielder's under it. And that's 1 out to start the top of the 7th. So you got Jonathan Reyes coming up now.
John's reached on a walk, 0 for 2 today.
On deck, you got Logan Petrosino. That's a ball outside. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 now. Tyler O'Neill on the mound. That's a ball in the dirt. 2-1. 1 out. 1-run ball game. Top bottom of the 7th here. A little bit of a marathon. Ball 3. That one's outside. Reyes not liking that one. Either I was fooled or there's just a wide strike zone. Cameraman Mark Lehman not happy with that call. And he's forced him to
Good job,
take
John,
a cut
getting
at
back
that.
to that. Kind of forced to. And there goes Tiger, the official mascot of BevCam, heading for home.
2-2 is the count. Oh, Zaris with a nice play. Not only can he hit the ball a mile, but he can move his feet quite a bit and flash the leather.
Good at bat by J-Ray. Was able to hit that ball on a line, but just not high enough.
Petrosino looking to get himself on base again. Fouls one off. 0-1's the count. 2 outs. Petrosino looking to extend the inning here. Or maybe tie it up with a swing, who knows. Up and in for a ball. 1-1's the count. Logan, I think I called him Tyler at one point. Did I?
Say what?
I think I may have called him Tyler. I'm sorry, Logan. It happens. Petrosino going to try to beat it out. Long throw, and he's safe. Zaris making a sweep on that, but I think his foot came off the bag. Zaris kind of hurt his back a little bit on the play.
Great bid on both ends for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Nice play by Maroney to go in the hole.
Tough play, and Zaris making the play over there.
Full out stretch and sweep tag.
Mello going out to talk to his pitcher, try to figuring Logan may be trying to steal a base or something.
Devin Koloski's up. He has 2 base hits, reached the hit by pitch, and has a run scored.
All right, so Petrosino did his job of extending the inning.
Logan with a 3-hit game out of the leadoff spot, on base all 5 times.
You know, Logan wants to run. Whether they're going to let him or not is a whole different story. And he doesn't. That ball's in the dirt. Ball 1. It would have been a good pitch to go on, but don't want to give away too much. Fouls that one. 1-1's the count now. 2 outs. Panthers still chasing one. Ian Visnick on deck. Kolosky can get on base. That means you get a man in scoring position. Setting up outside, way outside. Please don't give him that. Thank you. 2-1. I think that's a case of the umpire saying, you set up way out there. I can't give you that one.
Right.
Not as outside now. Fouls that one off. 2-2 is the count now. Might actually see Logan going on this pitch. It's a 2-2 count, but you might see him go.
Panthers are down to their last strike.
Griff, if you're the hitter here in this situation, do you want the runner going?
Personally, I wouldn't. I'd want to leave no distractions.
He was set up outside. That's going to be a tough play. Zaris getting over, showing the leather again. Eris Zaris having himself a game out there. And that's going to end it, folks. 8-7. Danvers with a comeback victory. They were down 4 runs at one point. That big 6-run inning. 2 6-run innings for both teams. So the bats come alive. The play here and there. Change the whole complexion of a game.
Such a funny game, you know. Beverly down a couple runs, have that big inning, seemingly have it in control, have their pitching lined up, and, you know, an innocuous sacrifice bunt ends up, you know, just being, you know, misplayed a little bit. And boy, you know, that's the game of baseball. Sometimes those floodgates get opened, and the Falcons certainly took advantage of that, strung together a bunch of base hits, and here's a team of young guys that are definitely improving, and that's going to be a bit of pill for the Panthers to swallow.
Yeah.
Had the ability there to finish that out and clinch a share of the conference crown, and that just makes Wednesday a must-win against Peabody.
Yeah, and maybe you hope that something else happens with Masco, and then you can win it outright. But at this point, now you're just hoping for a piece of that pie. So, all right. So, you know, what do we got? Any positives out of that situation? You know, you lose a game, but Logan Petrosino on base 5 times.
Well, we talked a little bit about the bats maybe not being as noisy as they had been in the past, and they did put together quite a few hits. And but again, it was a 1-inning game for them offensively. Got one more run to make it 8-7, then just couldn't get that one extra hit. A couple of hard hit balls. Ian had a line drive that was right at the second baseman that didn't fall. So
leaving bases loaded in the 6th inning. You know, couldn't get the timely hitting a couple times there. But so the Danvers Falcons will take that one home in the crosstown rivalry, or the next door neighbor rivalry, if you will. 8-7. Tyler O'Neill coming in, getting the closing it out. O'Neill, I think, got the win on that one.
Yeah, I think that's a second win in 2 days. In 3 days, I believe. Yeah,
so we'll be back on Wednesday for a home game against Peabody, and a game that really matters. And then we'll have another game shortly thereafter against Andover.
Next day,
we'll be down
Thursday.
here again. Okay, we'll be covering the game on BevCam Sports Network, and we'll be here at home. So watch it at home or watch it down here. Come say hi or whatever. You know, we missed Peter O'Brien today, who wasn't here to say hi anyway, though.
But
we'll give him a shout out.
As fans are filing out, had a little bit of info from Logan's dad, Jim, that Tyler, who you mentioned earlier, had a win in the NCAA tournament today.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Good.
So there's a little bit of joy in the Petrosino household.
Sure, yeah. All right, so with that said, Danvers Falcons 8, Beverly Panthers 7. That'll end us for the going into the weekend. We'll see you on Wednesday in a little bit. Dom, I think, is going to be back to do a little play-by-play for us. I'm Rich Francis with Al Visnick and Griffin Francis. We'll see you later.
Danvers didn't strike out a single time.